All right, let's get into this thing. Jerry Kruzman, Maggie Fields on the other line. That's why we've got Kruzman Critics. We're going to talk about Chaos Walking. So, Chaos Walking, futuristic kind of movie. Tom Holland, Daisy Ridley, Mads Mikkelsen. I think I said that right. I do like him a lot. I don't get his name right a lot, but let's go back. We got Daisy Ridley. Everybody knows Daisy Ridley as Rey. Star Wars trilogy, Force Awakens, Last Jedi, and Rise of Skywalker. And then, of course, Tom Holland. I will back up one step. Of course, Daisy Ridley, British actress, but you maybe don't know that Tom Holland is a British actor because almost everything we've seen him in, he has been pretty much English. American, however you want to say it. Tom Holland, known for Spider-Man, Captain America, Civil War, Homecoming, Spider-Man, Homecoming, Avenger, Infinity War, Spider-Man, No Way Home. That is due to be released December 17th of 2021. It's in post-production, and that's going to be followed up with Uncharted sometime in 2022. Nick Jonas is in this movie. And little side note, Nick Jerry Jonas, his middle name is Jerry, 28 years old. Knowing from probably the two Jumanji movies, he was the pilot in those movies. David Oyelowo, British actor, also Selma, very good actor. So I've talked a lot. Maggie, what do you think?
I just wanted to add that Chaos Walking is on Amazon Prime right now. It's a 2021 movie. Has over 7,000 views right now with 4 stars. So PG-13. Pretty good. Yes. Tom Holland. You're right. Every time we see him, he is, American speaking in the movies, and he does a really darn good job of it too. Sometimes you can pick up on that from people, and you're like, every once in a while you hear a word that they say, and you're like, oh, I think that they might be an English actor, but and then you look it up, and usually sure enough that they are. But I wouldn't know unless I follow him on Instagram, so I've heard him speak before. I'm like, ooh, that's really I knew that coming into this movie, but. I don't know. He was funny. He was really funny. It was funny to hear all of his his little weird thoughts. And it took me a while to get into it because I was like, I can't really understand everything he's saying, but that was the point. So it was cute. I liked all the comedy with this one as well. So
yes, and I think, and you'll agree, it's kind of cool when people can do the accents. Kind of throw it in there. You know what I mean? It just amazes me, folks like British, Australian, can sell the American accent so well, and you just don't even pick up on it. So.
Now I'm going to go back to Daisy Ridley. I have not watched the Star Wars trilogies.
At all?
No, none of them. So I'm kind of the old school, with Harrison Ford and all that. So I haven't watched any of those, so I'm going to have to. So I honestly didn't know of Daisy Ridley before this movie here, but I'm going to have to do some research on her as well because I really liked her. She was super cute in this movie. I liked it. So if I liked her character, she did a really good job. So.
Yeah, she broke out of just about nowhere to star in the Star Wars trilogies. But I like her. I agree with you. She's cute. She comes across very well, but she's done some other stuff. I just don't have much of it listed here, so apologize.
Yeah, so I'll do more on that. So right at the very end of the movie, it just kind of ended, and so my first thought was like, oh, I'm excited because I think that there's going to be a second one. I don't know if it's too soon to know or whatever, but I really felt like oh, they're definitely going to do some more.
Did you like the movie?
I did like it. Yeah, I thought it was creative. It was cute. It was funny. yeah, I'm excited to see another one. So, I mean, it kind of had that little bit of a, I don't know, it was easy. It was easy to really get into. It was cute. So, it reminded me of the, oh gosh, I just had it. The movies, the Maze Runners. You seen
Yes.
the Maze Runner? Yeah, it reminded me
Yes.
of those movies. So, yeah, I'm pretty excited.
So, since both of you just watched it, and we're going to bring Morgan. Morgan, you're going to be part of this. You got to come on camera and give me, out of 5 stars, what do you think about this movie?
Like a 3.5. I, from what I saw, like the trailers, I didn't know what to expect really from the movie. I don't know if it was as good as I was expecting, but it was still a good movie. I liked it. It was a little confusing to me though.
Yeah, I can see where you're coming from with that, but I just kind of got into this one. I was like, I went with your philosophy, Dad. Just go with it. Just get right into it. Don't try to think too much on it, and go from that point of view. And so, I kind of from the trailer, I kind of felt like I knew. Like it felt right. Like I don't know. I liked it. It was. I'm gonna go with maybe a 3.85.
Oh, okay. I like it. I was going to be in about the 3.75 range, but I appreciate what you said. When I get into movies, I just want to watch it for the pure enjoyment. I don't want to overanalyze it. I'm not trying to pick it apart. I think that there's too many folks who put movies together and work very, very hard. And a lot of folks behind the camera that work very, very hard. And I'll be the last person to kind of pick them to pieces. They had a vision. They stayed true to that vision. And I think they conveyed that pretty well. If I had fun, if I enjoyed it, it brought me some satisfaction. I'm good with it. I will give you both something here that you probably didn't look into, and I think you'll be a little bit amazed. So, Doug Liman is the director. Doug started out, he had a movie prior to this, but if you go back to 1996 with Swingers, Doug Liman, Born Identity, Doug Liman, Mr. and Mrs. Smith with Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie, and Edge of Tomorrow with Tom Cruise. So some of the bigger ones that he's put together, and I thought he did a pretty good job with that.
Yeah, I'm going to have to agree. And, he's another one I'm going to have to look into and see. You got the actors or the producers and stuff that also, they play a big role in how the movie is performed. So I know we're not here to really criticize a whole lot, but there was one thing about this movie that I felt like it was just a little bit more intense, and that was when the dog scene in the water, and we were kind of like, oh, that was a little bit much for the rest of it. It's like even with the shooting the guns and stuff like that, it's like it didn't really show them, like it wasn't like a whole bunch of blood and gore or whatever. It's
it was
like
violent, but it was like it wasn't like intense violence.
Yeah, it was kind of like that they were going to die or whatever, but they just got shot or, it was kind of like that or whatever, but they weren't, or when they said, if you come to this island, you're going to be hung. And, it's like, okay, you told us about it. We can vision that or, visualize that or whatever. But the actual part where, he's drowning the dog, I was like, man, that was actually a little more intense but it did go well with the story. I feel like it was needed, but it was just like, ooh, to see it, it's kind of hard. But that's it. Other than that.
No, I will agree with you. If I could have reached through the screen and pulled that sun, popped him right in the face, I would have.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Yeah.
I want to say one thing. If you watch this movie, I think that's another reason why I couldn't really get into it, because we had to pause it a bunch, so I kept the whole movie didn't flow.
That's my fault, right? That's my fault.
You were just one of the 5 or 6 times that we had to pause it. No big deal.
I think we wrapped this one up. Um,
How about
Are
a
we
few
good?
questions?
yeah, so we decided to add for all of our viewers, all three of us right now,
There are three of us. That's okay.
three of us. We had some questions that we put together. I think Maggie, you put some together. I put a little more together maybe than you did. I had 17 or 18. Sent them to Morgan, and Morgan is going to draw out. We decided what we would do each week. We would do 4 questions, which kind of gets us to talk about different movies. Maybe not in as length as like what we did with Chaos Walking, but we thought it might be a good little piece just to kind of broaden um, everybody's horizons a little bit. So,
If you could star in a movie, what role would you like?
Oh gosh, that's a good one. Ooh. If I could star in a movie, what role would I like? Oh God. You know, people used to tell me that I was funny. Sometimes I got a little funny in me. So I'd probably want to be in a comedy. And whenever I watched Bridesmaids, God, that movie is so hilarious. Just all the girls, I'd probably want to just go out of my comfort zone and just do something ridiculous like that. I like that. And then who's the girl from the Ghostbusters, the newest Ghostbusters with the girls, the blonde? She was kind of new to that, and now she's been around a little bit more. I think she's in Saturday Night Live and stuff, but she's pretty darn funny, and I felt like I was like, I really like her. Kate McKinnon.
yes,
That's her. That's the one.
I have a segue. So, Ghostbusters Afterlife. It was due to be out June 11th. I think it has been pushed back like most of the movies with COVID. It's going to star Bill Murray, Dan Aykroyd, McKenna Grace, Paul Rudd, Ernie Hudson, who was in the original, Sigourney Weaver, Annie Potts. It looks like they're going back more towards who was in the first movie, and it's called Ghostbusters Afterlife. It was supposed to be released June 11th of 2021. The overview is when a single mother and her 2 children move to a new town, they soon discover that they have a connection to the original Ghostbusters and their grandfather's secret legacy.
Yes. Oh, that sounds good. That just kind of gave me chills. I'm excited for that. I didn't know that was going to happen.
Yeah, directed by Jason Reitman. So
I like it.
there we go. That'll be good.
Okay. So what movie would you want to star in? What would be your role, Dad?
Is it type of movie?
If you could star in a movie, what role would you like?
Well, since I'm old, I would want to be kind of like what Tom Cruise does and what some of these older actors do, the action movies. I would want to do that. But I could see myself in a romantic comedy as well with, I don't know, name any actress out there. So, but I think I'd lean more towards action.
What is your favorite movie based off of a true story?
Oh, that
I can't.
one of you two wrote that, and it's probably Morgan.
Yeah, I don't know if I've watched many movies based off a true story, but I really like Soul Surfer, Bethany Hamilton.
That is a good one. That is a really good one.
Yeah.
Yeah, good choice, Morgan. How about The Blind Side?
That's a good one.
Really good one.
I would probably. I'm going to lean since I like action movies and it's easy to do. Although I know Hollywood takes liberties. I would do like The Longest Day, Pearl Harbor, some of the war movies. I mean, that's kind of easy to kind of do. Tombstone is a very, very good one because it's been made so many different times and it's about a true event. So Yeah, I'd probably lean towards a Western of some sort, like Tombstone.
What is your favorite Disney movie?
Oh my gosh, I'm so glad that you put this one on there.
Oh, who did that one?
Morgan, of
Me.
course. Morgan. Um,
God, I have so many.
I'm gonna have to go. Is Finding Nemo Disney?
Yes.
I'm gonna have to go with Finding Nemo. That was unbelievable. The way when that movie came out, how like the water looked real, and it was like you want like, are you sure this isn't? Are you sure this isn't real water right there or whatever? You know, I mean, it was like one of those first movies. I think Aubrey was only like 2. I don't, it was a long time ago. It was just amazing.
I don't know if I have a favorite because you can't go wrong for the most part with Disney, with the exception of that period of their artistry around Hercules. That artwork I didn't care for. And I get it. It's all a business, it's all an industry, but it's also kind of cool that they have gone back to the vaults and kind of remade a lot of the classics in a live version. And I really like what they did. I really liked Beauty and the Beast. I don't know if there's a live version of any of the movies, including Lion King, that just didn't sing. And a little tidbit on Lion King, Jon Favreau directed Lion King, and he's an excellent director. You go all the way back to Iron Man when he started out, Iron Man 1 and Iron Man 2, and watch his career as an actor. But he really flourished into a director. I can't wait to see Cruella. It's a little
Oh
expensive.
my goodness, that was so good.
Oh,
Did
I
you
I
see
want
see?
to watch it. It was
Uh,
amazing.
I've only heard.
I know that Carol wants to see it. We haven't had an opportunity to go see it. Obviously, it would be a lot cheaper for us to go to the theater and see it, as opposed to Disney Plus. At this time, it's like $30. But if you wait till maybe another month, as a Disney Plus member, it's free. So
Okay, what is your least favorite movie that you've seen?
Probably.
I got that one.
Yeah. There's been some that I don't even know because I watched I'm going to give it about 10 minutes to get into it. And if I don't like it, done. So I don't remember the name of it. But I actually walked out of the theater on, it was that bad. I Know What You Did Last Summer. Walked out of the theater.
Wow.
I've seen it since then, but.
I did that.
Mm.
I did that on a different movie, Natural Born Killers.
Yeah, that was a little rough.
For any of the viewers, if you have any more questions that you want them to answer, comment them down below and I'll add them to the cup.
Nice.
I like it.
For Maggie and Jerry, Cruiseman Critics, we'll see you next week.
Yeah. Bye.